Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video we're looking at another small fighter ship, but this time it's the YF-118 Black Sun, which is this thing right here. Now I'm always a sucker for the forward facing wings, so this ship was an instant go-to when I saw it on the workshop. So pressing F10 and finding the Black Sun on the spawn menu, this ship weighs in at 413 small blocks. Now the actual steel blocks on this ship are all heavy armor, so you do have to kind of compensate while flying in order to stop yourself from crashing into stuff. So once you've got a lot of momentum, you're not going to be slowing down anytime soon. Now I do want to apologize for the video yesterday because it was a little bit rushed, but if you can look around here, that was originally the video that I was going to do, but unfortunately it had a small issue of spontaneously exploding. But anyway, back to this, which is going to be the video for today. We're going to start by going around the outside, then I'll talk about the functionality and have a little fly around to see how well the thrusters handle it. So at the front here we can see the heavy armoured steel blocks are using the carbon fibre skin from the second DLC pack. We've got 4 Gatling guns and 4 missile launchers. The missile launchers I will test later on to make sure that when you're turning sharply they don't hit you and damage yourself. But we can also see we got 2 large atmospheric thrusters sitting at the back there and some lovely block work. It's very few blocks on here, but it does give it a unique shape. Coming around the side we can see the Gatling guns near the cockpit have got little LCD screens on with a warning label on, which is a nice way of adding a little bit more detail. At the top there we can see that we've got 4 lights, all of them red, and they all flash in a pattern of going along to the back and then starting round on a loop. If I come around to here we can see that we've got even more lights, and they've all been timed to make sure they all go in that perfect pattern from front to back. We can also see in here the batteries and the 2 large atmospheric thrusters for the upwards thrust. And we've got some small atmospheric thrusters there for the reverse. That is the big problem with this ship, and that is slowing down, but I'll come to that a little bit later on. Towards the back we've got 2 fins coming off the large atmospheric thruster, which is giving us all the power going forwards. We've got a small antenna at the back there so you always know where your ship is if you were to turn it on. And we can see just sneakily behind these blocks another battery. We've got some more thrusters hidden there for the left and the right, which is another problematic thing with this ship. But it doesn't really matter too much on jets because you're generally going to be using the forwards and backwards thrusters and simply turning in order to basically do maneuvers. Coming down and under the wing and main body, we can see we've got 2 sneaky gyroscopes sticking out there and the 2 thrusters I spoke about earlier. Under the wings we can't really see much, but they have put some blocks around the missile launchers, or the rocket launchers, whatever they're called, I can't remember. I shall check that right now. What are these called? Rocket launchers. Yes, they've put some slope blocks around the rocket launchers just to stop them from being a flat square. If I just turn around and come underneath, we can see the large atmospheric thrusters there. Not too much protection there, but you shouldn't need to worry about that too much with the speed you can fly. We do have a small air vent right underneath the cockpit for you to have oxygen in the cockpit so you don't have to have your helmet on and you don't have to waste any bottles. As we come underneath the cockpit and the 2 lower Gatling guns, we've got the same situation as the rocket launchers where blocks have been put all the way around it in order to stop them from just simply being lumped onto it and looking very blocky. And as for the top, we can see the atmospheric thrusters there, some nice use of the little corner blocks just to add that little bit of extra decoration over the top of where the large atmospheric thrusters are. And we've got the little fins. So there are the fins, they're just angled on the side, but it looks great. And that is basically it for the outside. It's surprisingly simple, yet very effective with its looks. But now I need to come over to here, and we can talk about what's going on with the functionality. So number 1, we get the Gatling guns. Oh yes, they fire and they look glorious while firing. In fact, I've got to be careful not to shoot over there, because that is something for later on. I don't really want to damage it. Number 2, we have the rockets. They're not timed in any way, they simply all fire at the same time. Number 3 is for the air vent on and off. Number 4 is for the antenna at the back there if you need it. Number 5 is a projector that you can turn on and off. What is it projecting, you are asking? If I come over to the projector over here, Currently nothing. So if you wanted to have the build and repair system just patch you up, if you took damage, you could just project this ship onto itself and just fly past a bob and it will just mend you up all nicely. Number 6 is for the lights. If I click it once, the lights on the top and on the wings will stop. Turning them on again, and they start up and go in their fancy pattern. Number 7 is for the atmospheric thrusters. Pressing that will drop you down, so don't turn that off if you want to live. Number 8 is for the batteries, so we can turn them on to recharging, which will max out your power instantly, or set it to automatic and you'll be fine. And number 9 is the reactors. They don't make too much of a difference while sitting still if I turn it off, but if you were to move forwards, we can see we go up to about 50%. Putting them back on, it's about the same, but it's enough just to keep you going and keep the batteries charging. Oh, where's the ship gone? Come on, come back there. There we go. Oh, he's a bit drunk. Hold on a minute, you can do this. There we go. Nope. Nope, mayday. But now it's time, ignoring what's happened in front of me there, let's in fact just shoot it. There we go. Your heavy armored blocks are no match for the rockets. There, that's been dealt with. But let's go for a little fly and test how the thrusters work. But first of all, let's just shoot the missiles. It seems to be alright. Yep, the rockets do not hit you if you turn fast enough, so that's always good to know. And to, well, design your ship around so you don't damage yourself in combat and just simply take yourself out before the enemies have a chance to do so. Going forwards, we have a lot of thrust. It's not as fast as some ships, but it still accelerates very fast. Stopping, on the other hand, is not too bad, but it does leave a lot to be desired, especially considering how heavy this ship actually is compared to other ships of its size. Going left is not that great, and going right, again, is not great, but then again, with these types of ships, like I said earlier, you're generally using the forwards and backwards thrust to maneuver around. Going down is pretty good actually, and going up is very fast. That's because of those large atmospheric thrusters there, sitting in the middle of the ship. Because of the heavy armor on this ship, it is a little bit hard to maneuver around, so moving my mouse around is not too bad, but flying at speeds and trying to turn, we get quite a lot of drift. We are completely reliant on those backwards thrusters in order to get us anywhere. So we just fly past here. These are the 2cm beam systems. Well, I've just got to do a demonstration later of how to turn them into a turret. So there's a sneak peek. And there's a particle accelerator which generates too much power and you'll probably never ever max that out. But anyway, the Black Sun is a lovely ship if you wish to play around with it, especially in survival mode. It's very easy to build off a projector or simply just to paste it in and weld up all the little grids that spawn in. But you do have to take into account that it's heavy and it doesn't stop too well once you're going. So here we go, we're just going to go there and I want to start turning. And boom, just bang into it. Luckily though, because of the heavy armored blocks, you're not going to take too much damage, which is always good. So as per usual, it will be in the description below if you wish to download and play around with it yourself. And I'll be back with another showcase video some point soon. Bye bye.